Hey, thank you for joining me today. It's Jeremy Bowers at Coldwell Bank Preferred, the manager of the Center City office in Avenue of the Arts. And today I have some notes I want to talk to you about buyer appointments. What's the difference between some agents getting a lot of buyers to go under contract and other agents that show a lot of properties and don't get them to go under contract? Just face it, the only way we get paid is if someone actually buys a property. Number one, you got to pre-qualify these people. You need to have a pre-qualifying script, questions to ask. I have one. I've been coached for years, for about 6 years with real estate coaching, and I have the questions to ask to find out their motivation. If you need that, send me an email or send me a message on Facebook and I'll get you that for free. Number two is you need to make sure they're pre-qualified. You need to make sure they're pre-qualified with a mortgage company that you know who they are. And the hardest challenge with pre-qualification is some buyers just don't get it. And the purpose of a pre-qualification, how you have to explain it to them is it's to understand A, your upfront costs, B, your closing costs, and then C, your monthly payment. And if you spin it that way to them, it's beneficial for them. And also, if they look at a house and they like it, they have to be pre-approved and someone else can come in and buy it because they didn't be proactive up front. So that's how you spin that back. When you show houses, people ask me this question, Jeremy, how did you show so many properties, so many less properties to people than the average agent? And the answer is, I found out their needs up front in question asking. And the second step was when I showed them houses, they typically only looked at 3 to 8 houses, 3 to 8 houses, 7 houses, in that range. Sometimes it was 10, 20 houses. But basically what we did was, from real estate coaching, is if they want to see X houses, you need to go through that list and make sure it hits their needs that they asked for up front. If they don't, ask them why they want to see it, because it doesn't have this, this, and this. Because a lot of people overlook that kind of stuff. And they waste your time and their time because they're looking at a house that doesn't meet their needs. That's the first part of it. And the second part of it was, when you actually show the house, pull out the Trend MLS sheet, and when you're showing the house, just ask questions, questions, questions. Do not say it's the kitchen. They know this is the kitchen. Actually ask questions, and at the very end ask them a couple simple questions. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, what was the 3 things that you liked about the house? You write those down. And the 3 things that you did not like. Okay, you write those 3 things. Then ask them an important question. Would you like to put an offer on this house? And they're going to say yes or no. If they say no, then what you need to do is you need to regroup with them after all the appointments and say, from today looking at houses, these look like your top 5 things. They agree or disagree with what you originally said. And then you come up with a new list of what they're looking for, and you're actually helping them understand what they're looking for. Because most buyers, what they originally want and what they actually buy are 2 different things. And then basically, when you're actually showing the properties, the last part is a mistake I see with people, is you actually need to have their paperwork. So if you're looking at houses and they want to buy a house, you should already have the paperwork. If it's not filled out, you should have blank paperwork, so if they want to put an offer, you can put an offer in. So if you need more tips on how to get buyers to go under contract quicker or help people streamline their process, send me a message at jbowers@cbpref.com, or B, Facebook me at Jeremy Bowers, or my fan page is Coldwell Banker Avenue of the Arts. And I put helpful tips on there every week on how to get you more transactions and more money in your pocket, because that's the purpose of why I want to be a manager in this business. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.